and to obey that, or to follow that. Yes. Now, behavior is a product of belief and faith. If you believe something, you have faith in something, then you behave in accordance with it. Now, what I want to get at too with belief and faith and behavior is there often is a higher authority that has told you something, that has told something, that has said something, and people believe it, they have faith, and they behave accordingly. There's a higher authority involved. So if you have faith in something, then you're likely to behave in accordance with it. So if you believe in the Torah, and you see the kosher laws in the Torah, and you see all the people around you are following it, and you believe in it, and you have faith, then you're going to behave accordingly, and you're going to eat kosher. So yeah, this is one aspect of belief, faith, and behavior, and it's also, if you behave in a correct way, then you belong. People behave together. They're told by authority to do something, and if you behave correctly, then you belong. And an interesting thing is, I forgot to say this: what we do affects what we think and how we emote. So if I do something enough, then I think differently. I have different emotions. If I respond here's an interesting thing. Sometimes people respond before they perceive and have sensations. They say that this has to do with physics and the fact that time, that maybe perhaps people can see into the future a little bit. There's some sort of physics things. But with behavior, one thing that people would do in war is, if they caught somebody, they would have the person behave in a certain way. So, for instance, they would have them. I don't know. I'll give this example. I'll say this first, and then I'll go to a better example. But they'll have them behave in a certain way. So, for instance, they'll have them say certain things like, I love, the Vietnamese leaders or whatever. And if you behave in a certain way enough, then you start to believe it. Or for another example would be, just if you go to any type of religious thing, and then you have the people do things enough with it. If you have people follow rituals enough, then they're more likely to believe in it and have faith in it, just by the act of behaving. And there's an interesting thing with half. We can get to that later. It has to do with property. But, and then the fourth one is belonging. Now, when you belong, if you have the correct beliefs, if you have the correct faith, if you behave appropriately, then you belong. Now, belonging seems separate once again. Now, belonging is also, it's a feeling. There's a feeling of belonging, and that's extremely important to people. And everybody, I have that feeling, I like that, but yes, everybody needs that belonging in a certain way. And a way to do that is to have the correct beliefs, so then you belong. You have this feeling. Now,